What's good? What's good? What's good? This is your boy, Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Appreciate you guys for locking in on the content. Let me get a little comfortable on this thing. We're going to be here for a little while, so let me make sure I'm good. Man, make sure y'all smash that like button. Make sure you guys continue to stay engaged on the content, my man. I appreciate you so much. We got my man Wheezy, the Dreaded Eagle in the building, Vermonta Williams, Quincy the Great. He says, Yo, Tone, I watched the live this morning with you and BG. Y'all had me dying. Yo, BG had me going last night, man. That's my guy, though. Y'all know BG, man. He gets so passionate. Like BG, he's so optimistic sometimes, man. He sometimes BG be saying anything, but that's my brother, man. That's my dude. He a real good dude. Real good dude, man. Ivan Mims, Danny D, Chris Keeley, welcome to the show. Hope you guys are having a pleasant morning. I'm not sure what time zone everyone is in, but I would imagine if you're in the United States, it's still the morning. And I would imagine if you're anywhere else, it's probably later in the day. But regardless, man, grateful to be here with you guys for another day to talk about some Philadelphia Eagles. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. And, this is... the nerves are starting to build, right? I'm still relatively calm. I still feel pretty good about everything. I'm not really nervous about anything. I'm not really worried about anything. Obviously, it's a big game, and you want the Eagles to play well. That's what we want at the end of the day. But really, I'm not really concerned. I respect. And this has nothing to do with the Chiefs. It's just that I have this unequivocal belief that the Eagles are going to get the job done. I just firmly believe that. I just believe they're the better team. I understand the Chiefs are what they are and they have what they have, but DM Mohan, you're absolutely right. This week is going longer than the bye week we had last week. It seems like this week is taking forever. I feel like I'm reliving Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? It seems like this like we're in Groundhog Day and we can't get to, Super Bowl Sunday. But overall, I haven't really felt this clear-minded in quite some time. In this kind of environment. Last time we were in the Super Bowl, the nerves were on high alert because we had Nick Foles in there. And yeah, he did play well in the NFC Championship, but we still had no idea that he can maintain that level of play, especially when you're going up against the GOAT and Tom Brady. So, that was a scary time. Now it's like the world is at our fingertips. We have everything we need to win this game. We should win this game. There's no reason why we shouldn't. We hold the advantage in damn near every category. And I think we're a matchup nightmare for the Kansas City Chiefs, ultimately. And the thing is, I know Jalen Hurts is going to take his game to another level. I know he's going to leave it all out there. That's just how he moves. That's just his mentality. It's so funny when you watch Jalen Hurts play, you can tell that he has a firm grip on the game. He plays the game and just feels the pulse. And then all of a sudden, you can see the shift when he's deciding to take over. You can always tell when he's decided to take over the game. And Jalen Hurts just has an amazing feel for the game, an amazing feel for what his teammates need from him, and that's something that you can't really understate. But yeah, make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you guys continue to remain engaged on the content, man. I appreciate y'all. We're trying to survive this week of waiting, and you try to find new things, creative ways to talk about the game. But ultimately, it just comes down to what's going to happen on Sunday. I think Jalen Hurts is going to be the Super Bowl MVP. I believe that's what's going to happen. This is a moment that he's been waiting for. He doesn't really get a good rap when it comes to his postseason games throughout his football career. He doesn't get a good rap. But I think this is the game where he shuts up all the doubters. I really believe that. And he's going to have help. That's the beautiful thing about this situation. We don't need Jalen Hurts to just be the one-man band man. You feel what I'm saying? Jalen Hurts can lean on his teammates. He has a defense, so he can kind of play fearlessly. Sometimes when offenses don't have a stout defense, they feel like they have to win the game in one drive, or they feel like they have to overcompensate on offense. And the Eagles don't really have to do that. D. Aldrich, he says, "Yo, Tone, Cowboys fans my age can't argue with me right now." Well, D. Aldrich, how old are you? How old are you? If you talk about guys your age, I would imagine you probably in your 20s. I would imagine you probably in your late teens, your early to mid 20s, right? But it's like I've been on Twitter, and you got some Cowboys fans, 21, are solid. Hey, listen, man, be careful with that 21, man. You could buy alcohol now, so be careful. I remember when I turned 21, man. Yeah, we're not gonna get into that. We're not gonna get into that. Just know that I was in rare form. But I'm on Twitter, and sometimes I watch, sometimes I engage. But man, oh man, I've never seen so much delusion from a section. Notice the word I said. I've never seen so much delusion from a section of Cowboys fans. You have some Cowboys fans who are pretty even killed, who are pretty rational about the whole thing. And then you have some who are just starving for relevancy, starving. And it will kill every fiber in their being if the Eagles win the Super Bowl. And I will always have, if we win this, even if we were going to win it. Matter of fact, when we win this game, it's going to kill every Cowboys fan down to the sole of their feet, to the top of their head. It's going to kill them down to the cell, because the Eagles would have secured 2 Super Bowls during the Dak Prescott era, and somebody got to answer for that. Somebody has to answer for that. 2 Super Bowls in the Dak Prescott era. You see, you have some. I always say some because, again, I know some pretty dope Cowboys fans that are very knowledgeable, very rational. What's going on, Victor? How you doing? But you have another group of Cowboys fans who are just so blinded by the light. They're blinded by the star. They can't see past it. And it kills them to know that the Eagles will win 2 Super Bowls in the Dak Prescott era. How do they explain that? You know what they fall back on? Dak owns the Eagles. Okay. All right, fair enough. He has an above 500 record against the Eagles. Okay. But does he own any Super Bowls? Do the Cowboys, I'm not even going to make this a Dak thing. Do the Cowboys own any Super Bowls in the Dak Prescott era? Because that's what we care about right now. Yeah, we know they got Super Bowls in the 90s. We get it. No need to beat a dead horse. We get it. But ultimately, at the end of the day, when you think about the Cowboys, man, they've been pretenders for quite some time. So, when you think about it from that perspective, to have 2 Super Bowls in the Dak Prescott era will destroy Cowboys fans. Destroy them. Obliterate them. They won't be able to say shit to us. Oh, yeah, Dak owns the Eagles. That's cute. All right, that's cute. You probably won the battle, but we always win the war. You feel what I'm saying? We always win the war. What's good, Philly the podcast? My man Castro always holding it down. I appreciate you. Sabby B says, if Philly wins, you mean when? When Philly wins, Jerry Jones will be so upset he'll fire the coordinators again. Oh, man, he'll probably kill over or something, man. For Monty Williams, it would be somewhat like that, but it would be more like this. But we got 5 rings when they got 5 rings, but we got 2. Hey, listen, man, that gap is being closed. You feel what I'm saying? I bet you the Cowboys never win another Super Bowl. Well, I'm not gonna say never because time goes on. But I bet you as long as the Jones family owns that organization, the Cowboys will never win another Super Bowl. They just don't have any accountability in that organization. They just don't. But we're not gonna make this about them. You know, Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes, they faced off for the first time earlier this week. I think it was on Monday. And you know, they were sitting with each other with Sal Palantonio. And you know, it was interesting. You know, I was looking at both these brothers and it just made me so proud to see two brothers, you know, being the first duo to be in the Super Bowl. You know, for it to be the first black quarter, the first time two black quarterbacks have faced each other in the Super Bowl. Like that makes me happy. You know, that's exciting to me. You know, not too often do you see brothers making it to the Super Bowl, let alone win it. You know, if I'm not mistaken, Doug Williams for the Washington Redskins was the first black man to win a Super Bowl at the quarterback position. The first black quarterback to lead his team to a Super Bowl. That was spectacular. That's history right there. And I'm trying to think who was the was Patrick Mahomes the second black quarterback to win the Super Bowl? No, Russell Wilson. And then I think Patrick Mahomes is the third. So, you know, not too often do these opportunities come. So it's important for Jalen Hurts to make a name for himself, to stake his claim. It's important for Jalen Hurts to own the moment. And I have no doubt. But again, it's so fascinating just seeing, you know, those two sit next to each other. And I don't know how I feel about how buddy media night is. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about, you know, Hurts and Mahomes sitting next to each other and they're asking each other questions about each other. And I don't know how I feel about that. Because me, I'm on demon time. I ain't got no friends while I'm out here. If I'm at a Super Bowl, I'm on demon time. I have no friends while I'm out here fighting for this thing. No friends. You're not gonna butter me up at all. You're not gonna have me believe my own hype. I'm not out there to make friends. I'm out there to make enemies. I'm out there to break hearts. Period. I am not out here to make friends or to be buddy with you dudes. I'm here to break hearts. Period. So I don't know how I feel about the whole media format, the whole media circus. It's honestly, I understand people got a job to do, and I respect those who do their jobs at a high level. I respect those who do their jobs respectfully and properly. But I'm not really a fan of the whole media circus out there. Some people ask the dumbest questions. The dumbest questions. Is this a must-win game, Nick Sirianni? No shit. Somebody had the nerve to ask Nick Sirianni, hey, which Eagles player wouldn't you want dating your daughter? She's 5 years old, assholes. Like, what are we talking about, man? It's just a big old pot of mess. And I just can't wait until the game gets here. I can't wait until all this dust settles. And now all we can talk about is football. I can only imagine what Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni and those guys are going through, being asked the same question every single day. The same narratives, the same storylines. I can only imagine how annoying that must be. But you're in the Super Bowl, and it's important to stay focused. You see, the whole process is designed for you to be distracted. The glitz, the glam, the sponsors, the woman, the attractions, the media circus. It's all designed to soften you up. It's all designed to make you forget why you're there in the first place. And the good thing about the Philadelphia Eagles is that they have a strong core of OGs, a strong core of talented, effective, and dominant veterans. Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, Jason Kelce, Lane Johnson, Isaac Samalu. You feel what I'm saying? Those guys won Super Bowls. Those guys are Super Bowl champions. You feel what I'm saying? Jake Elliott, the kicker, Super Bowl champion. Even Derek Barnett, who his season ended with a torn ACL, Super Bowl champion. You feel me? So they got some guys in the building that understand the environment and that can keep those young guys a little bit more engaged, keep them a little bit more focused, tunnel vision. Now, look, you don't want to go into this thing tight. You don't want to be in a situation where you're just so stiff, so tight, where you can't really breathe. You want to be loose. You want to treat everything like it's to keep to your routine. But overall, that whole media circus is a joke to me. It's all a joke to me. I'm just watching some of this stuff and I'm like, it's not even a good product to me. You barely can hear the interviews. You barely can hear the conversations. You barely can hear the questions being asked. Even if it's just ugly to me. Like I don't like it. I really don't like any of it. Just get me to the game. Like Alshon Jeffrey said, all of this is, we could have flew in on Friday or Saturday. We could have played this in Philly. You feel what I'm saying? So what's going on, Arthur Brown? How you feeling, man? Welcome to the show. I'm not, again, I'm not feeling all of the media hoopla. I'm just not really. It's not my cup of tea. Just saying. But I've been really like considering how the Eagles got here, and I've been thinking about what it took to get here. I've been thinking about that. The Eagles been through a lot the past few years, coming off of the 4-11-1 season, the Carson Wentz saga, the Doug Peterson firing, bringing in a rookie head coach. You got a first-year starter in Jalen Hurts. You draft a rookie wide receiver, first-time defensive coordinator, first-time offensive coordinator, Shane Steichen and Jonathan Gannon, respectively. This team been through a lot. Going through an entire roster rebuild for the most part. This team been through a lot over the past few years. It's so funny. Just 5 years ago, we were in a Super Bowl. 2 Super Bowl appearances in 5 years. To the Chiefs, 3 Super Bowl appearances in 5 years. I mean, they want to call the Chiefs a dynasty. If the Eagles win 2 Super Bowls in 5 years, what is that? Because if the Chiefs win 2 Super Bowls in 5 years, they're going to try to call them a dynasty. What do you call the Eagles then? I understand it's a different head coach, a different quarterback, but if the Eagles win 2 Super Bowls in a 5-year span, what do you call that? Is that a dynasty, or do dynasties only count when the same core group is there? Jason Kelce, Lane, Fletcher, BG, and those boys, are they the dynasty? They were a part of 2 Super Bowl winning rosters in the span of 5 years, or 2 Super Bowl appearances in 5 years, and I think they're going to win it. If the Eagles win it, is that a dynasty in some way? Y'all tell me. Danny D calls it an elite franchise. I would agree with that. I think the Eagles are the cream of the crop when it comes to franchises. I believe that. I think the Eagles have a top 5 owner. I think they have a top 5 GM. They have a top 5 franchise. I think the Eagles have the best media team in the league. I think the Eagles have the best digital media team in the league. There's no YouTube channel in the NFL better than the Philadelphia Eagles. It's not. There's not one team that has a better digital team than the Philadelphia Eagles. I firmly believe that. Ivan Mims says, did you see or hear the media guy apologize to Hurts for doubting him? That was weird to me. That was weird. I love Jalen Hurts' response, but like one thing I was always taught, especially learning and coming up in this game, one thing I've learned, rather, no one necessarily taught it to me, but I learned it just by watching. Never make the story about you. Never make it your story. Right? Never make it about yourself. That journalist was so excited to say, I doubted you guys, but I'm sorry, man to man. Okay, like cool. You know, like he probably was weird too the way he said it. You know, I think I heard him. I think I heard him as a matter of fact. He just sounded like a weirdo. Like it's just a weird interaction. Jalen Hurts obviously did the best he could with it. Espo says our whole team, organization, fans, city care about the Eagles more than life itself. Yeah, you damn near. Arthur Brown says no, it's not a dynasty. It's just good. I feel you. I think that's what you were trying to say. Hail to the rules. Oh man. Espo says from the top, the ego was dropped from the team itself. We drafted and brought in folks who don't care about anything but winning. That's a good point. See, yeah, you brought guys in who are highly motivated. Haason Reddick, highly motivated. James Bradbury, highly motivated. CJ Gardner Johnson, highly motivated. AJ Brown, highly motivated. Kaiser White, highly motivated. You feel me? And Dominic Sue and Linval Joseph, highly motivated individuals. Like, believe it or not, there's a lot of Super Bowl pedigree on this team. Even guys that we didn't even draft. And Dominic Sue, Super Bowl champion with the Bucks, has that experience. You feel me? You got to give credit where credit is due when it comes to that. That's real right there. So, you know, this is the first for some people. It won't be the last for some people. And you know, this is a time where you got to lean on the experience. You have to. Hey, Jose just donated to the channel, you guys, a $5 super chat. Thank you, Jose Serrano. Really means a lot to me. He says, folks need to recognize that Hurts is locked in. Chiefs need to understand that the Eagles know they barely won their games while we crush teams. That's true. That's true. You know, the Chiefs, I don't think they've put up 30 points. Let me make sure I'm not tripping. I don't think the Chiefs have put up 30 points at all in this playoffs. Let me make sure I got that stat right. Just want to make sure I'm not making it up. I don't think the Chiefs have put up. Nope, they haven't. So they beat the Jaguars 27-20, and then they beat the Bengals 23-20. So their defense so far is only giving up 20 points a game. That's pretty good. That's decent. But the Eagles have been putting up 38, 31. The Chiefs defense is really going to have to play ball. And the offense, I don't know. I don't know if the Chiefs offense can just keep up for, you know, on a regular basis. Like, I just don't think, you know, it's just a mismatch all across the board. It's a mismatch all over. And I just expect the Eagles to take advantage of that. So you bring up a good point, Jose. The Eagles have dominated. They have. Eagles talk from Delco. Linval Joseph won with the Giants in 2011. He did? I had no idea. Let me double check that. Did he for real? No idea. I had no idea he won a Super Bowl in 2011. Let me double check. Oh yeah, you're right. He did. Was he a rookie? How long ago was this? Oh yeah, he was a second-year player. Oh yeah, he played a lot too. He played in 16 games, 49 tackles, 4 tackles for loss. Okay, 2 sacks. He was a young guy back then. You're right. He was a young guy back then. Man, Linval been in the league for a while. Wow. He was a young blood back then. But yeah, Linval Joseph, he's a Super Bowl champion. 2-time Pro Bowler. You know? And Dominic Sue, Super Bowl champion. You know, there's a lot. You know, the entire defensive line has rings. The entire defensive line has Super Bowl rings. That's the reality. That's just the reality. You got Brandon Graham with the Super Bowl ring, Fletcher Cox, and Dominic Sue. Who else did I say? Let me start over. Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, and Dominic Sue. Linval Joseph. That's four. Derek Barnett. That's 5 Super Bowl rings on your defensive line. 5 of them. I know Derek Barnett's hurt, but still, you got 5 Super Bowl rings on that defensive line. And then offensive line, you got 3 Super Bowl rings on the offensive line. The trenches is where the game will be won. I don't think I don't see the Chiefs being able to go four quarters with the Eagles in the trenches. I don't see that. Espo says Eagles work to get to this point in the Super Bowl. Chiefs just expect to be there. Hungry dogs run faster. That's an interesting point. And I mean, I can't get mad at it. The Chiefs, especially the fan base, they expect to be here every single year. When you got a guy like Patrick Mahomes, you get spoiled. You think every year is your year. And that's a good place to be. That's a good feeling to have, if I'm being honest. Jimmy Garrity says, yo, Tone, Chiefs not ready for this smoke. Eagles are more physical with the O-line and D-line will beat the Chiefs down. I agree with you. I don't think the Chiefs trenches is going to be able to hold up. Like in the trenches, I don't think the Chiefs are going to be able to hold up against this Eagles D-line and vice versa. The Eagles O-line is going to smash the Chiefs defensive line. I think the entire game, the Eagles offensive line is just going to continue to create a new line of scrimmage. I think running backs are going to go 2 or 3 yards without being touched. This is going to be a tough game for the Chiefs. Like they're really going to have to buckle their chin strap twice. What's up, Filioso? Victor Johnson says consistent in winning championships or at least being at the bowl would be considered a dynasty. Alabama was considered a dynasty because they have always been in or won. I feel you. Drip says Sweat gonna get his. I feel that. Drip says they're gonna tire out the D-line. They ain't that deep. I agree. I don't think the Chiefs are deep enough on the defensive line to be able to run with the Eagles. Matter of fact, don't be surprised if you see the Eagles get into their hurry up offense early in this game because they want to run the Chiefs off the field. And on top of that, they want to just wear down their defensive line. That's what's going to end up happening. Espo says, it's really interesting how everyone claims the AFC teams are so elite, yet you have seen the same team representing the AFC in the Super Bowl for 3 out of 4 years. That's a good point. How elite are they if it's the same guys representing your conference? I mean, I think people say the quarterbacks over there are elite, but not the teams aren't. I don't think there are elite teams in the AFC. I think they have elite quarterbacks. I think there are better rosters in the NFC. The 49ers, the Eagles, you know what I'm saying? The Cowboys, that's a really good roster. Say what you want about the Vikings, that's a pretty good roster, believe it or not. I'm trying to think. Regardless, I think Detroit has a good roster. I do think that. Myram says, hot take, AJ's better than Smitty, but Smitty is more clutch on 3rd and 4th down. Interesting. I think Devontae is a better route runner. I think Devontae has better technique. I think AJ is clearly more physical. AJ's hands are uncanny. I will say that. They both have great hands. I think Devontae's hands are slightly better. Slightly. AJ is just a physical specimen, man. He's just a freak of nature. AJ is just a freak of nature, man. So I love Smitty though. I love everything about Smitty. I love his approach to everything. I love his demeanor. I love Smitty, man. I love all those dudes. Arthur Brown says Smitty is fluid, perfect route runner. AJ is just a beast. Yeah. AJ is just he's a beast. You know what I'm saying? He overpowers you at the point of attack. I do think AJ Brown is a better is a better is a better jump ball guy. That's what I think. Kareem Sawyer, he says, Tone, I told you. Jalen finished the season with more playoff wins than Dak. Philly 42-21. Hey, man, you did say that. You definitely did say that. That's funny as hell. Yeah, Dak has been a disappointment, man. And it's funny because I've always considered Dak Prescott to be a top 10 quarterback. I still do think he is, but the results aren't really showing in the playoffs. Espo says, show me one thing AJ does better than Smith. AJ drop at least 2 slants a game. That's a good point, Espo. AJ do be dropping those slants sometimes. But show you one thing AJ does better. I think AJ is just stronger. AJ is stronger, more physical. I think AJ is a better 50-50 ball guy in the grand scheme of things. I know Smitty had that game against Washington where he was going crazy with the 50-50 balls. I will say that. But I think AJ is a better 50-50 ball guy. Just because of, how strong he is and how, but Smitty plays big, man. See, I think they both play the position at a high level, and it's really any given Sunday, in my opinion. It's any given Sunday. AJ's physicality allows for him to be a bit more dominant in the intermediate, in the short routes. Jimmy Garrity, just throw it in Smitty's direction. He's going to get the ball. I feel you. That's how I feel about both of those dudes, man. If I'm being honest, that's how I feel about both of them dudes. Myron says, if Hurts wins this game, then it's Patrick Mahomes, Hurts, then Joe Burrow, right? Hey, man. Hey, Myron, you might be on to something. But people are not going to want to say that. But I'd be willing to say that. I would be willing to say that. If he win this game, like if Hurts win this game, man, he'll have something that Josh Allen and Joe Burrow doesn't have, and that's a Super Bowl ring and a Super Bowl MVP. That counts for something. You know what I'm saying? If Jalen wins this Super Bowl, you got to put him right there with guys like Patrick Mahomes. You got to. And he beat him. You got to. Now, with Jalen Hurts, it looks different. And I think that's what people have to understand. Like, it looks different. That's what makes Jalen Hurts different. That's what makes Jalen Hurts. That's why people really don't want to give Jalen Hurts his credit, because it looks different than the way Patrick Mahomes does it. It looks different than the way Joe Burrow does it. It looks different than the way Josh Allen does it. It looks different. Like Jalen Hurts is not, he's not a flashy player. He doesn't play the position flash. Even when he runs, he's not a flashy runner. Now, don't get it twisted, though. Jalen Hurts has some highlight reels. He has broken some ankles. He's broken some ankles. Facts. He has broken some ankles. Jalen Hurts has that one cut ability. Like, he just makes that one cut and he gets guys all the time. That little sink of the hips, and then he gets you. So, Dang Burrito says, I haven't seen Burrow or Mahomes make throws that Jalen can't make. I mean, maybe not. Like I said, it looks different. Like I said, it's hard for people to give Jalen Hurts the credit because it looks different. That's really what it is, if I'm being completely honest with you. So, Myron says they want Hurts to throw for 100 TDs and 10K yards. I only care that he wins the game. That's how I feel about it. That's a good point. You guys are making good points. I'm with you guys. You guys, listen, y'all know how I carry it. I'm with y'all. Y'all are making good points. Drip says it. Hurts doesn't get the pretty numbers as much. That's just true. It looks different. So therefore, it's hard for people to fathom what Jalen Hurts does. But Jalen Hurts is, he's one of them ones. DM Mohan says all pro and Super Bowl appearances already. Hey man, neither of those guys did that. Burrow, Josh Allen, I don't think they got any all pros. I don't think so, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think any of those guys have all pros. Let me make sure I got that right, though. Nah. Nope. I'm not saying any all pros for Josh Allen. Let me double check the Burrow. I'm not saying any all pros. Let's see. Nope, I'm not saying any all pros for these dudes, man. I'm not saying it. It's not there. It's not there. Oh, wait. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so Josh Allen has a second team all pro in 2020. He has a second team all pro via the Associated Press. So that's the one that matters, really. Being second team all pro. I mean the Associated Press. So Josh Allen has a second team all pro, just like Jalen Hurts. So I'll say that. I'll say that much. But again, the way Jalen Hurts plays the position, it looks different. And a lot of people don't want to give him credit for that because it looks different. You feel what I'm saying? And that's okay. That's all right. Because ultimately, being in the Super Bowl and eventually winning it, thanks, Dink. I got it. I got you. I got you. like this could be a historic year for everybody, right? Jalen Hurts, second team All Pro, Pro Bowler, Super Bowl MVP. Oh man, you can't beat that. Espo says the other elite quarterbacks have a much bigger sample size to make throws because without their arm, they ain't. Hey man, I feel you on that. I feel you. I mean, they are quarterbacks, so their arm is the most important asset besides their brain. Again, Jalen Hurts, you know, he does it differently. He makes it look different, and you got to respect that. I like the way Jalen Hurts plays the game. I like that style. If I'm being honest, I like a quarterback that can throw for 250, 300 yards and then run for 70, 80 yards. I like that. If I'm being honest, Jose Serrano says, to be honest, when we win, we still won't have the respect. Now, the way our schedule looks for next season, we need to run it back to shut all the haters up. No, I don't care. Nobody say. They can say what they want to say. Super Bowl champion, 2-time. You feel what I'm saying? They can say what the hell they want. People really think we bought our way to the Super Bowl. Bro, you got to spend money to make money. You got to spend money to be successful. First of all, people got to understand. People got to understand that when you're building a team, you can't just spend money in the worst places, and that's what people don't understand. The Eagles didn't just spend money. The Eagles didn't give out all these multi-year contracts. No, they brought in guys that made sense, that fit the system. They brought in guys that had something to prove. All the moves that the Eagles made sense. Made sense. Not one move in the off season and in the season will we say, damn, we leveraged a lot to get here. Wow, we gave him that amount of money. Wow, damn, we brought him in. I don't get it. It don't make sense. Every move that Howie Roseman has made perfect sense, and it's fit perfectly like a puzzle piece. Don't believe people when they say, oh, we leveraged. No, the Rams sold their soul for that Super Bowl. That's a fact. The Rams sold their soul for the Super Bowl. We didn't do that. We still got 2 first-round picks in this draft. Come on, man. And still got our first-round pick for the following draft and so on and so forth. The Rams not going to have a first-round pick until Patrick Mahomes retires. Like, let's be honest. You know, and Kareem, I'm with you on that. Arm talent doesn't make you a good quarterback, in my opinion. Like quarterbacking goes beyond just being able to throw the ball the furthest, right? That's what people don't understand, right? People think that, oh, because he throws because he throws the prettiest spiral, that makes him a better quarterback. That's not necessarily true. The game is from the quarterback position, in my opinion, the quarterback position is about 75% neck up and 25% neck down. You feel what I'm saying? I believe the quarterback position is successful because of 75% above the neck and the 25% below the neck. The quarterback position is more so this than this. I don't care what no one says. I don't care what no one says. But Savvy says the Rams won the Super Bowl the same way last year and no one cared. People just like to hit on Philly. But here's the thing, right? They didn't win it the same way. Think about how much they gave up. Think about how much the Rams gave up. The Rams are going to be bad for a while. Maybe they regroup next year, but I think the Rams are going to be a 500 team next year. I really believe that. I think the Rams are going to be like a 500 team, maybe just above 500 team. That's my opinion, though. The Rams sold their soul for the Super Bowl. Sold their soul. The Black Line says, if Hurts were a basketball player, I'd compare him to Jason Kidd. Jay Kidd could control the whole game while only scoring 10 to 15 points. Hurts plays football like that to me. I dig it too. Hey, yeah, I like that. That's a pretty good comp. That's a pretty good comp. I like that. He was never a flashy player, but he won. You know what I'm saying? Jason Kidd got his first. Jason Kidd went to the finals, I believe, in the early 2000s. They lost to the Lakers. That's when they had, like, I think Richard Jefferson and Jason Kidd. Who else they had on that roster? I can't remember. But your Black Line, I think that's a really good comparison. That's a really good comp. I like that. He controls the whole game while only scoring 10 to 15 points. I like that. I like that. And also, Jason Kidd was a champion with the Mavericks. He earned that one too. Earned that. Joe Thomas says, agreed. Hurts' biggest attribute is his mind and his demeanor. Agreed. Look, think about Tom Brady. Tom Brady was never the most talented thrower of the football ever in his career. Ever. Tom Brady was never the most talented. Never, ever, 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 ever. There wasn't a point in Tom Brady's career where he was considered to be the most talented quarterback in the NFL. Never was. You feel what I'm saying? But you know what he did? He continued to win. He protected the football. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady was never an explosive passer. Tom Brady's best year statistically was when he had Randy Moss. You feel what I'm saying? Tom Brady just is so cerebral. He's so surgical with the game. He understands angles. He understands timing. He understands accuracy and ball placement. Tom Brady was never the most talented quarterback. Tom Brady was a tremendous decision maker. Tremendous. So, like, you got to be honest. And also, Tom Brady always had a defense. Tom Brady always had a defense and always had a running game. Jose Serrano says, is it safe to say using that 75%, 25% analogy describes Tom Brady? I think that describes everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, the quarterback position in general, it's 75% neck up, 25% neck down. That's why a guy like Josh Allen always falls short, because he relies too much on that 25%. You follow me? That's why a guy like Josh Allen could only go but so far, because he relies too much on that 25%. He relies too much on that 25% neck down instead of relying more on the 75% neck up. That's why Jalen Hurts is where he is. He relies more on that 75% instead of that 25%. And people can't understand that. Tone Aldrich, Tone, why does the media say Dak is way better than he's not? He's not way better. We've already proven that. He's not. He's not. He's not way better. Also, they play the position differently, right? But he's not way better. At this point, Jalen Hurts is better than Dak. I'm standing on that. The results tell you that. At this point, Jalen Hurts is better than Dak. People going to say Dak threw for over 4,000 yards. He's a stat sheet stuffer. Come on, man. Come on. What are we really talking about? Hurts is a winner. Like I said, the quarterback position, 75% neck up, 25% neck down. Straight like that. Flat out, straight like that. But I'm about to get out of here, you guys. Got a busy day ahead of me, man. And, I appreciate y'all for always locking in on the content. Always remember, though, to continue to smash that like button. If you guys ever feel motivated to donate to the YouTube channel, all you got to do is hit that super sticker or super chat. No pressure, though. I don't like to force that. I don't like to force that upon people. But if you guys ever feel motivated to support me and support Chalk It Up Sports, you can always donate to the channel via super chat or super sticker. I appreciate you guys a lot, man. Arthur Brown says, Tone, I need your cash app. All right, I'm gonna drop my cash app. I'm about to drop it right now. I'm about to drop the cash app. That's the cash app right there. Big Bro Tone. Hold on. Let me double check that. That's the cash app. Money sign, Big Bro Tone. Thanks, Arthur Brown. I appreciate your love and support, man. But yeah, like I said, I do this for the love, man. I do this for free. And just know that I'm going to always continue to be here for you guys. I'm going to always give you guys my spin, my perspective on things. The bottom line is the Philadelphia Eagles are our team that deserve to be here. And don't let anyone else make you feel differently. The Eagles deserve to be here. It's just that simple. They put in the work, the blood, sweat, and tears. They grinded for this. And they're just a better team. So that's just how I see it. That's how I see it. I think the Eagles win this game by 10 points. 31-21. 31-21 Eagles. 31-21 Eagles. That's how I'm carrying it. Straight like that, yeah. So I appreciate you guys so much. Hey, Arthur Brown, thank you so much, man. That means a lot. Again, I don't, I do this for the love. If you guys do want to donate, that's cool. That's on your own accord. I'm always going to show love and respect to y'all. I'm always going to lock in on y'all chats, and I appreciate y'all input because y'all make this thing go by fast, man. Time be flying when I'm doing this thing. But again, I appreciate y'all so much. You guys have been locked in on Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. One love, stay humble, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay hungry. And fly, Eagles, fly.